What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're looking at a 4-episode limited series on HBO Max titled The Girl Before, based on a 2016 novel. Before I go into it, please make sure you like this video if you guys have been enjoying it. Please make sure to subscribe if you're new. But here are my thoughts on The Girl Before, letting you know if it's worth checking out. So like I said, this is a limited series, but this show is very limited. There's only 4 episodes. That's shorter than any series that I've pretty much ever watched. And I didn't know it was 4 episodes. I was literally in the 4th episode, and I'm watching, and I'm like, it says finale there. And I'm like, wait, the show's going to end already? I thought there was going to be more episodes, like episodically. Like, you know how shows sometimes put out like 3 episodes, and it's released weekly? That's what I thought, but no, it's just straight up 4 episodes, very short, very sweet. And it's about an architect who has created a house, right? And he meticulously chooses who the next tenants are going to be. So Gugu Mbatha, I'm hoping I'm not butchering her name, but she was most notably in Loki that we just watched that came out last year. And she plays the next tenant, right? And so she's in the house and, you know, it's going well. And so she starts discovering stuff about the past of a previous tenant. And now this previous tenant is played by Jessica Plummer. And it sort of focuses on both of their stories at the same time. It's not really Gugu Mbatha's story, it's both of theirs. You know, like when we do flashbacks to Jessica Plummer's stories, it's equally as important and they're sort of parallel, and it shows us that. It's not like one character is more important than the other. They're both equally important. And the most standout thing I'd say for this show is the performances. I think Jessica Plummer does the best out of the both of them. She just has more scenes where she's able to show off her acting talent. She has scenes where she's got to cry, scream, you know, go crazy. So she's able to show off her acting talents a lot more than these other characters. And her story is honestly like the most interesting out of all of them. It's sort of hard to watch as well. Like anyone who suffers from like sexual assault or rape, this could be a little bit of a hard watch, but maybe you could connect with it a lot more as well. But yeah, Jessica Plummer's character has a lot to say. Her acting evokes that character a lot, you know, a lot of emotion there. And that first episode does a good job at sort of reeling you in. It is a little bit of a slow pace, the whole show. It could be slow at times. The one thing I like about this show is that just when you think it's a little bit too slow and they're not giving us enough, they'll hit you with like a huge surprise or a huge shock or like a giant reveal out of nowhere. And then you just get right back in. Like you get right back, you know, to being locked into the show. And it also does a good job at giving you answers that you want at certain particular times, but then it'll also raise questions at the same time. So constantly, like, you're satisfied by these answers that you wanted, but then you're also given questions that you want answered as well, which is what keeps you, you know, locked in until the very end. The show is also huge on like this mystery. As you guys can tell, these 2 actors, Gugu Mbatha and Jessica Plummer, they look almost exactly alike, and the show taps into that. You know, that's sort of like the main point of the story is that they're similar, and trying to figure out like why they're similar, like what's the story here, like what's the architect really playing at. That's the main draw of the show. And the mystery's good. At some point, like halfway through it, you'll get like why he's doing this and like what his motive is. But then watching it all play out and like what's actually going on, it's very entertaining. And that main mystery where the main storyline is really good. But another strength of this show is that the stuff around the side plots are like equally as good. Jessica Plummer, like everything with her rape case, might be more interesting than the main storyline. Like, it's compelling stuff. And seeing all that plays out, and then she has a husband who's like jealous and of like the architect, and it's like all this stuff is at play, and it all blends together really well. And by the end, it all sort of just comes together nicely. A bunch of shocks happen, a bunch of more reveals that you didn't see coming. It's thrilling at the end. It's like an exciting conclusion. I saw some people were disappointed by it. I could see why. It sort of ends very abruptly. Like I said, I didn't know it was 4 episodes like halfway through the 4th. So all of a sudden I'm like, oh my god, like it's over already. But then I could see why. Like, you know, it concluded nicely. It's very short. It's very sweet. So my rating for it right now is a 3.7 out of 5. This was a nice surprise. I went into it not really expecting much. I saw that it was interesting. I thought it was going to be more like the movie called The Tenant by Roman Polanski. If you guys have ever seen that movie, it's sort of similar in a way, but not really. That main character goes into a building and he worries that he's going to suffer the same fate as the previous tenant. Sort of pretty much what's going on here, but with a lot more at play, especially with the architect. I have to say that I enjoyed it a lot. I wouldn't be surprised if one of them gets nominated for an Emmy. Probably Jessica Plummer, maybe This could be up for maybe best limited series. It definitely could be. I don't think it's that high up yet. I don't think it could win. But it's definitely worth checking out if you're interested in it. So if you guys have seen it already, let me know what you thought of it down below. If you plan on checking it out, please make sure you like this video if you guys have been enjoying it. Please subscribe if you're new. But that is it. I will see you on the next video. Have a great rest of the day.